Hi, friends. We just had a session on abundant mindset to get abundance in life. I'll be talking on happy heart set. Let's understand what is the difference between mindset and heart set. Mindset is really habits which you have formed in your mind or through your past experiences, and they could be of a very superior level, in which case you have a very superior positive achieving kind of a mindset, or they could be at a middle level or a lower level. So what we all talk is, now let's raise our mindset so that we can achieve what we want to achieve. It's all changing the habits, changing the assumptions which have been formed in our mind, and that we can change, that we can bring a quantum shift in our assumptions in our mind, and our mindset can be changed to a higher level. But these days we all talk of heart set. And this is a very new subject, really speaking. Nobody talked of heart set. All along we were talking of the mindset. So one of the important things which we need to observe, that why all of a sudden heart set is becoming important. If you really look at the past 400 years, everybody focused on the mind power. And yes, what we see around in our world, what we see is the result of the mind power, the research and the science and technology, and everything what we see is the power of mind which has brought up such products, and the human life has become more comfortable in all respects. So what happened? Why this change suddenly of the heart set? Yes, about 20 years ago, we all know that there has been a significant change in the global way of doing business or managing the global relationship among the countries. There has been globalization, right? Then we got the digital revolution, where from one corner of the world you can really do business with any other corner of the world, and there is nothing like a distance between the country. All are connected, which means if something happens at one corner of the world, it will have some impact on the other corner of the world. With this kind of a globalization and digitalization, really speaking, what happened was that the market has become globally competitive, and anybody can do any work, can provide any services, and even manufacture at one location and provide to the whole world, which is what we have seen. Now, in the process, what has happened is that the competitive forces from the whole globe came into force, and one has to really not only be a nationally competitive, but you have to be globally competitive to survive in this world for your business. Now that has brought the pressure on all the corporates, all the companies, in fact all the governments also, to survive, because they got to show the performance in terms of their economy as well. And that has resulted in the corporates really wanting to improve their financial performance, improve their physical performance in terms of production, sales, etc., right? Thereby showing a better profitability, better sales, etc. And that finally brought pressure on each and every individual who has been working with certain targets. So he is now got a target. Let's say he was given a 15% growth per year. He achieved it. Next year his management, his bosses would tell him, yes, why don't we try? We must get 20%, because otherwise the competitor will grow that much faster. So you got to keep growing, and be ahead of the competition. This is where the whole pressure came finally on each individual. And today every individual is so much under the pressure of performance, right, that what we all understand, that everybody is stressed. Everybody is stressed. Every level, every sector, every industry. And this stress is first working on the mind, and when the individual cannot cope with that stress, it is attacking the heart. And that's why we have now many cases of heart attacks, even at a younger level, right? And obviously, one more thing which we all need to know is when the stress is created in the mind, it releases certain hormones called stress hormones, cortisol, and there are hormones which are released to really manage the stress. Now, the body is designed to manage the stress to, fight and flight, meaning run away or fight. That means the body needs the power. And these hormones are supposed to be very energetic, very powerful. But we are not to run anywhere. We got to sit and manage our work. As a result, these hormones start damaging the body cells, and that's how the damage to your heart, your kidney, your lungs, or any other part of the body is getting damaged. So the dis-ease of the mind is causing disease of the body, and last 20 years is the proof of all that. So the need for how to now handle the heart, the stress which is now coming in last 20 years, which is something unique in this period, and it is bound to increase as we see with the modern technology coming in, right? How do we manage this stress? So, friends, this is the part of the heart set. So coming to the heart set, what it means is, it is your state of emotion, how balanced you are emotionally. That reflects heart set. Where you are, heart set. Are you comfortable? Are you always in an agitated mode? Are you in a calm mode? What is your mode of heart, emotions? Right? And we all know we are usually in a very kind of a, pressure mode, agitated mode, because there is so many things to do. So let's move forward. In heart set, how do we handle in our corporate life? And we are talking to, let's say, some of the senior executives who are CEOs of MSMEs or corporate executives. They all the time have to take tough decisions, and they are responsible for achieving the performance, progress, and growth of the company. So there are a lot of issues they need to handle. Let's visualize a scenario, how the heart and mind work. Let's say you were working on a proposal to be submitted on a very important contract, and with your colleague, okay? And it's a very important contract. You have to submit your proposal next day morning at 10 o'clock, and you are working very seriously on the nitty-gritties of the commercials, technical, whatever. But you also have today your very close friend's son's wedding. In the evening you have to go. You're working on this quotation, it's your afternoon time, you have maybe some time, so you keep working, and finally at 6 o'clock when you have to leave, you have not yet completed your quotation, the basic part of it. So it is incomplete, but you have to leave. And on one side you have a worry that you must submit a very competitive quote for this contract, and it must be ready tomorrow morning so that you can upload by 10 o'clock. Now with this pressure, with this dissatisfaction of not being able to complete, you are leaving your office to attend the wedding of your friend's son. You are disturbed. You are stressed. Right? And that's the state of mind. And now after maybe 1 hour's journey, you are reaching the wedding location. It's an open ground wedding. I'm talking of pre-pandemic days where all these were possible, let's say. And here you reach the venue and you find your friend waiting at the entrance, and he's so happy. You're so happy that he's there. And there are a lot of other people at the entrance who are ushering you in. A lot of beautiful decoration at the entrance of the gate. As you enter, there is a Ganpati idol and beautiful music being played. As you further enter, you see nice flowers, arrangements and everything so beautifully decorated. Some good fragrance you feel as you move forward. And then you see a lot of people happily talking around in beautifully dressed conditions, On the stage, you see the couple talking nicely with their friends. Now, this is a beautiful environment. What do you think? Do you remember your problem, the stress, the work that you were thinking of, the contract, the quotation that you were preparing? I'm sure you have forgotten at that point of time. So what has happened? So when you entered, when your friend was there, the flowers were there, the beautiful decoration was there were fragrance, there were people smiling happily. Suddenly your heart got touched. Now this is the power of heart. So your heart was on and the mind got switched off. So all your mind problem were no more under appreciation. You are so happily mingling with your friends and others and enjoying that atmosphere. This is the power of heart. Okay, you can start feeling good if the stress is removed, or rather the stress is forgotten for that time. Heart makes you so powerful, energetic, happy. Let's say next day when you go back to your office and you are entering your office, what is the state of your mind? And there are people of your office, staff of your office who are there and who would be naturally seeing you as you enter, as the boss enters. So what is your state of mind? In a normal sense, you would be maybe little at ease, or you may be stressed depending on what all you have thought during your car journey and whatever agenda that you have based on that. And the staff would also, as usual, they would understand what kind of a state of mind you are, because that's what your normal self is. And then you enter your room and you are seated in your chair. Now, whatever is the state of course, mind, but I'm talking of your state of emotions, that is launching you for the day. If you were in a little agitated mood, then let's say after half an hour or so, if you call somebody to answer, and if there is some, something has not been completed, you will react with something, negative, and you will maybe fire, or you will insult, or somewhere some language you will use which will create a kind of disturbance to your staff member. Now I want you to look at this situation in a micro manner. What is happening at this point of time? When you are getting agitated, right? If it was a serious matter, let's say some contract is lost or something, if you bring such an information, you are going to get worked up in a normal case, and you will lose your cool so much, and you will find possibly fault of him or whoever was behind. You will also call that gentleman, and you will give a lot of firing. Why did we make this mistake? Or why did we not win this job? What is wrong? Now this kind of disturbance of your heart set will really make you sort of non-functional for maybe half an hour, 1 hour, and then you will inform your secretary that, well, you don't give me again any important calls because you are disturbed. There is a meeting planned at 11 o'clock, you say, oh, let's postpone it in the afternoon. So your 10 minutes of conversation with your colleagues have really actually damaged into the business moving forward on whatever things that you have postponed. And this would happen in a day maybe 2-3 times, right? And you are actually damaging the business. You are the person who are the strategic person, the growth person for the company. You would have utilized this time for growth. But you could not do that because you were disturbed. So the company's growth plans affected. As these employees went back to their place, they would be affected for maybe a few hours or a day or two, depending on what kind of, your interaction has been. and they would be ashamed of in front of their own colleagues, friends, right, peers, and they would possibly, lose the productivity for a couple of days, maybe a week. So there is a second level of loss of productivity. Now at the end of the day, as you reach home, you are going back again with a disturbed mind. Of course, the family knows that you are, carrying a lot of work pressure, so they won't disturb you. But one more thing happens is that when you are at home with your stress conditions, your children and family also can't interact with you. So the distance between you and them increases with time. You are not able to build a bond. That's the third damage. The fourth is the children, as they grow, if they have not been cared for, interacted well by parents, they become a kind of an isolated living, conditions, and that affects them mentally, psychologically, because there's nobody with whom they can connect, and this leaves an imprint on their psyche. And once, even if they grow into an